start.
In Father Teresa's wine cellar, we believe all oppression is intersectional. And this means our analysis of current events frequently includes discussion of difficult and explicit content. A combination of the following topics could be included in our show: murder, rape, war, climate change, racism, sexism, violence, sexual violence, homophobic violence, heterocentrism, discrimination and abuse against individuals of nonconformist sexuality, domestic violence, child abuse, child rape, child neglect, elderly abuse, verbal abuse, police brutality, microaggressions, ableism, cyberbullying, genital mutilation, ideological extremism, and people just being total fucking assholes.
Okay, you guys, relax, okay? Take a deep breath. Be fine, don't worry. You ready?
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy
Come
day.
here. Come here and stand over here.
I told my wife, I said,
Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
I told my wife, I said, well,
Jesus
honey,
washed.
Big Daddy's about to take out the one-eyed devil in our house.
I'm gonna have to do better than this.
I just did a little something like this.
All right, you guys, take your cue from me.
I told my wife, I said, well, honey, Big Daddy's about to take out the one-eyed devil in our house. Homie, don't play that game no more. I'm gonna do something illegal.
Happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed.
New shit in the soundboard, fuckface.
Jesus washed. When Jesus washed. My Jesus washed.
When Jesus walked, wash my sins away. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Last part.
I told my wife,
Oh, he taught me how to wash.
I told my wife, I said, well, honey, Big Daddy's about to take out the one-eyed devil in our house.
Yeah,
The one-eyed devil.
in this house.
My proctologist is never gonna believe I didn't do this to myself!
Every day. Oh, yeah. Every day.
Ooh, my proctologist is never gonna believe I didn't do this to myself.
Oh, happy day. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, son, that's gangster as fuck.
When Jesus washed. When Jesus washed. When Jesus washed. My sins away. Oh, happy day.
I'm here to tell you, there's a group of elitists that run this nation, a bunch of globalists that run the world, and their money runs it. And I'm gonna tell you something, it is nothing more than a satanic death cult. I don't care what Nancy Pelosi and her insurrectionist nonsense has to say.
All right. This is a very important episode. Phoenix Calita has real news.
I did.
I super don't. No, that's not what's happening here on my end. So we better go ahead and knock this out. I thought I was ahead of the game on this one, but no, I was not. Apparently, other people watched Greg Locke's live streams of his church services, and they also noticed that he held a little event at the end that night. Had a good time, and some other folks showed up. They thought that it'd be interesting to throw a book that they'd like to, I don't know, remove from circulation, as it were. And so over here at the folks on the CNN, word. That's what Joe Rogan wants to call it, the CNN word. We all know that. There is it. I've got the Tic Tac open. I've got Phoenix Colliders McDibble Dobble. There we are. Yeah, let's see a little bit of footage of Greg Locke. And he has some pallets, maybe some lighter fluid or something of some sort. And they set things aflame. And remember, reading
is fundamental.
It sure is.
The most you can get, just start throwing it in there. Start throwing it in there. Start throwing it in there. Start throwing it in there.
Burn it. Burn it. Burn it.
Why do they sound like a bunch of fucking seals? What the fuck was that noise?
Burn it.
They literally sound like fucking sea lions or something. What is that? Walruses?
Oh no. Oop, it is. Yeah, let's take a look at that. She said it's coming in a little hot. See, and that's good because
the Bible
you check
says
that
in
one.
the Ephesians, to the Ephesian people in Acts 19.
And then so he made a post talking about his book event, as it were. We're not going to be hyperbolic. We don't do Godwin's law here.
Really?
We don't. It's interesting the way that looked. I remember my first thought was Klan rally.
Yeah.
But like other folks, read more and more connected with history than I am, straight up and down. I don't know history that well. It's not like I don't know about the Holocaust in Germany, you know that. But like I went to the Twitter and someone had a side-by-side up with a Nazi book burning. And I was like, that also looks like that as well.
Wow. Yeah, and also you don't watch Indiana Jones movies because they had a whole scene at a book burning rally.
Fuck.
It was actually a very funny scene too.
Yeah,
because Indiana Jones is trying to get away from the Nazis and he has a book that's going to lead him to the Holy Grail. And he literally runs into Hitler and he's like, sign my book, please. Like, because he didn't know what else to say. So Hitler signed his book. And there's just like this pile of books burning behind them.
Literally in the movie?
Yeah, in the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
And Hitler's in it?
Well, I mean, not Hitler, someone acting as Hitler, but yes. But
right? See, when you're talking to someone younger, you gotta tell them what the hell is going on.
Yeah, did kids even know when Indiana Jones was a thing? But Nazis did a lot of book burnings for the exact same reason that conservatives are now, right? We want to limit the flow of information, and this is, of course, tied to that we can't talk about sex in schools, we can't talk about critical race theory, we can't talk about trans people existing, all that shit, and that's the type of shit they've always done, and that's who they've always been.
I think we do have to contextualize it, too, because it's funny, like, it's a long time ago, but also Hitler is from the same century as us.
Right.
Like, your grandmother was, what year did it all pop off?
With us, or?
Yeah, with America saying
America got involved in 1941.
Okay, my brain was saying 1944, so I was off.
It ended in 44 or 45, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your grandmother was born like 19 years after that.
Well, I mean, but keep in mind also, we're talking about World War II. Who do we make fun of online all the time? What? Shut up, boomer, right? Who are the boomers? The kids who were born immediately after the war. Boomers started in like 45, 46, because everyone came home and had babies after the war, because that's what you do after a horrific world war. You have babies. But I mean, literally, boomers were
1946 to 1964, I think.
Yeah, we're making fun of boomers right now. Boomers were like babies and just being conceived when this shit was happening. It's not that far out.
Yeah, and then so with boomers being born all the way into the 60s, somebody born in 1960, when you get to 1980, they're only 20. Right, 1990, they're 30. They're still younger than me now at 1990. At the year 2000, a boomer is 40. Yeah. Right, they're still jogging up and down stairs and shit. Yeah. Yeah, 2010, they're 50.
Yep.
Yeah, so you literally see boomers relatively spry still. They're getting in their 60s now. It's getting real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting real. That's
the older ones are...
Yeah.
A little older, but yeah, the younger boomers are.
Yeah, the last few from 1960, like Obama's boomers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Obama's like 63 or so. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, but Greg Locke, he had something to say about it, because he gonna make it make sense, all right?
Sure he is.
He the pastor.
Because the Bible says in the Ephesians, to the Ephesian people in Acts 19, that they brought their sorcery and their books and their occultic nonsense and they burned it and mightily grew the word of God. So we announced this past weekend that we're going to have a great big old Bible burning, and we are.
A Bible burning?
A Bible?
Did he mean to say book burning?
Did he have a misspeak?
Woo! That was a Freudian slip like a motherfucker. That was a real Freudian slip. Wow.
Right? It makes the atheist think like, oh, you really don't live by that book. And wait a second, I'm gonna take a look.
He doesn't live by that book. He's a fucking grifter.
On the super quick fast, I'm gonna take a look at Phoenix Kaliter. Give me your decibels on my end.
Decibels are looking like this, or that, or you can get with this, you can get with that, you can get with this.
Clean. Okay, I was worried.
This is where it's at.
Yeah, it's that 2013 laptop. It's just gonna read them how it fucking feels like it. Yeah, you just keep watching that thing and let me know when it's like getting too wacky.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, my niece is helping with Decibel Watch. Your account is permanently suspended. Oh, Greg Locke's Twitter account got permanently suspended.
Fucking good.
Fucking doofus. Oh, that was in September 2021. That was still relatively recent. And why did it happen?
No more. I ain't messing with witchcraft. I ain't messing with demons. I'll call all of them out in the name of Jesus Christ. I'll call them all out. You better get rid of that Harry Potter mess in your house. That is full-blown witchcraft. It's witchcraft.
Oh, and somebody caught it right up here in the CNN image. They have the one where the Greg Locke is the one in color, of course, and the Nazi Germany book burning right next to it. And now, this is what I told Phoenix Kaliter in like right before we went live. I was like, they should have picked a different shot from Greg Locke's book burning. It still would have looked similar. Because comparing it to Nazi Germany, while you have the clearest person in the shot with their hand clearly having just tossed a book, is a black woman with very well done 4C hair. It's not a good juxtaposition. Now, I still get it. The whole overall image, I get it, but pick another
I wonder if
shot.
the person who did that is like a history nerd.
And all they want is just the shot.
Well, not just the shot, but also like if it was like part of a larger context and conversation. Like, I don't know. Because I don't know who posted it, but because that was one of the big things about like Hitler as it always tends to go, right, with these fucking fascists. They have a lot more support in the beginning because like everything's always shitty and you're like, he's just gonna fix the economy. So then you support them until you find out that you're actually also on the menu.
Right, yeah.
Like, that shit.
Yeah, because like you're a black Christian at Greg Locke's church in the South on purpose?
Right, like
you have been fed some propaganda, kid.
Yeah, but yeah, I you know, and I don't know if that's what the person was going for, but that was my first thought. But I don't know if they actually had good intentions like that. But yeah, because there was like a lot of people who were like, Hitler's not so bad, and you know, in like 1932,
right?
They had different opinions by 1940, assuming they were still alive.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly that they're saying like Harry Potter books and Twilight books are the devil, but then you're telling people not to wear a mask. COVID is literally like killing people and getting people sick. Like, wouldn't that be the devil that you should be fighting off instead of Harry Potter books?
But gay demons and stuff.
Gay demons and stuff.
Yeah, what? I don't know.
Remember, Greg Locke will get mad at anything.
Yeah.
These chicks are in there doing TikTok dances.
TikTok dances piss him off.
But how are you not mad at the thing that's actually killing people?
Oh, because that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
You will not wear masks in this church. You will not wear masks in this church. I'm telling you right now, do not get vaccinated. Do not get vaccinated.
Now, he's literally, first he told you what you will not do. You ever notice that? Hold on, he said,
you will not wear masks.
You will not. He's not even saying, I'm telling you not to. He's saying, you're just not going to. And what, right? And
but then also, like, what are they going to do? Like, rip it off your face?
You don't know. You don't want to find out.
I want someone to find out. I'm not going to be the one to find out, but someone else should.
Right? Go there
just
with, like,
for the sake of journalism.
Ooh, they should do that. Get like a group of people and all go with mask on and Harry Potter books.
But like people that are like mixed martial arts trained.
Yes, like fucking like professional. like former Navy SEAls and shit.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to send out the fucking the well-meaning white kid with purple hair.
Oh fuck no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
trying
no!
to send you
Send out that one fucking Navy SEAL. Though, who I think was on like affiliated with the team that got Bin Laden, but now is out as like a trans woman.
No shit.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, get her to go.
Right.
She can fuck some niggas up.
Yeah, because I don't even know exactly. Right, who even knows what a Navy SEALs training is? You just hear that language, and you're like,
oh, it's
well,
official.
they kill people.
Right.
They're the real deal. Like, I'm pretty sure that if I walk up to them and ball up my fist, it's not gonna go well for me. That's what I know.
It's gonna be like that Nicolas Cage movie.
Where I'm be like, yeah, cuz I'm from the 90s. Ow, ow, stop hitting. Ow. A little bit more.
You need to get rid of it. The most you can get, just start throwing it in there. Start throwing it in there. Start throwing.
Right, like I would have got that shot. Right, let me run it back just a little bit.
Are they showing the titles of the books? I can't see it. Are they showing the titles of the books as they're burning?
I'm not. What up?
Okay.
I thought I just seen Harry Potter clear. Like if you go back a little bit, or am I?
I did. I thought I saw it too. Is that like a bag or a shirt or something that says Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see the H. That's the Harry Potter H. I know that font.
Yeah.
I can't get away from it on Twitter, you fuckers. Read another goddamn book.
Oh, look, he does have some. What is this? Disney's Villains?
Okay.
Oh, Ouija boards, tarot cards, Masonic Bibles were among other items burned.
So they just went and bought the stuff and then
to burn it. Yeah, that makes sense.
They still got your money though, but okay.
Wow, that's wild.
You know what? I'm fucking doing it. Okay. Compare and contrast. Is that what they call it in school?
What do you contrast?
Did they call it that when you were growing up?
Yep, with two circles and then in the middle.
I'm probably using that wrong.
Wait, they did compare and contrast in a Venn diagram for y'all?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Let's see.
That makes sense though. What do you?
Yeah, I want to see. I want to look at the Calvin Butts. Or I don't even need to try to show it. I'll just mention it because Calvin Butts is the black Christian from the 90s that purchased a bunch of gangster rap albums and then rented a steamroller to roll them over. And then, of course, Snoop's response was, "You bought it."
Right? Like,
I mean, thanks for buying a copy, I guess.
I mean, really though, that's like when they burned all their Nike shit, like the shit you already own and bought.
Yeah.
Like what? And they did the same thing. Remember back at the Dixie Chicks? Remember that shit?
That was, and I'm surprised I was actually aware of that because I didn't like their records.
I think it was, really, you don't like Goodbye Earl? You fucking misandrist?
Oh, remember, I'm style over substance.
It's a whole song about killing a dude. Anyways, it's fun. Anyways, no, they did that same shit then. They were like, we're gonna break our Dixie Chick CDs because they have something we don't like politically. I was like, the CD that you already bought? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, and also,
do anything.
I just like, I have to point out like the, I guess juxtaposition of how they complain about like when non-white people protest shit, like, why you just destroying your own neighborhood? I don't know, nigga, why you burning your own motherfucking shoes?
Like, yeah, you burned your Carhartt hat.
Like, what?
It was a high quality hat. You said you had it that many years. That probably, you inadvertently endorsed the product. Right? I had this Carhartt hat for 29 years. That's outstanding. I think I'll get one. I'll have it till I fucking die. At least I'm not getting health care. At least I'll have a Carhartt hat.
Right, that really is that shit though, where they'll be like, well, look, if they broke into a Target and stole food, that makes sense. Burning your own fucking clothes, shit that you have spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on, because Carhartt and Nike ain't all that cheap.
Nope.
Fine, whatever. Fine. And it's interesting to me, I want to hear if there's going to be a response from Turf Island about this.
A response on who did what?
I want to hear if Turf Island is going to have a response to this.
Turf Island.
That is what we call the UK.
Well,
okay.
I don't know, but there are some feller folks over on the Twitter that go by Possum Press.
Okay.
And they have about I think when I looked, they had like 4,000 followers, something like that. Let me see. Mm-hmm. It's 6,500 followers. They look like your typical lefty type of cats. I don't know them at all. But this also came up, and it looks like these folks must have already known And so they made a post, apologies for the quality, but we want to give a shout out to this brave man who showed up to Greg Locke's book burning to throw in a Bible while shouting Hail Satan.
Oh my God.
So the Satanists showed up.
Whew.
Somehow.
I'm happy for him, but I'm nervous for him.
Right?
In the name of Jesus Christ! In the name of Jesus Christ! I rebuke you, buddy!
Are they trying to fucking exorcise a demon out of him? What are you doing?
What are they doing? Holy water on him? Like, my God.
Nigga, this isn't a horror movie. He's not a vampire. He's not going to start on fire if you throw water on him.
You hear that again.
Jesus Christ! I rebuke you, buddy! Christ!
Wait, did he say, I rebuke you, buddy?
I rebuke you, buddy. I can't get over that one. I should have put that in the soundboard. I knew everyone was ready to go live. I rebuke you, buddy.
Oh, no.
That's good stuff.
Hey, I'm leaving. Are you
In the name of Jesus Christ!
Are you? Really? Yeah. I have no problem leaving. I did what I gotta do. I burned the Bible.
I said I did what I gotta do. I burned a Bible. Oh, so this is the aftermath of that. Okay.
Go! Go! In the name of Jesus Christ! Go! This is my pride! Go! Go! In the name of Jesus Christ! Praise Satan! Hail Satan! Pray for him! Hail Satan!
It is so amusing to hear that in that accent.
Hail Satan!
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like he's clearly a local.
You need prayer, brother. Go back to hell. Hail Satan, brother. Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
Why do you get so quiet?
Get out of here! Get out of here! My Lord and Savior!
Tell Jesus to make this nigga leave then.
Right?
Your God can do anything, so
Strike
I've been
him.
told. Start striking niggas down, being so disrespectful.
I get why white leftists be trying to move to cities. That shit, when you are not ideologically part of the in-group in places like this, that shit is terrifying.
That is on both ends. Even the Hail Satan, I'd be like, what is going on?
Yeah, I'm going to the city. I think these Negroes and Puerto Ricans, they're a little bit more cohesive.
He rules this earth! Hail Satan! Get out of back to the pit of hell!
Hail says, so that was just a good old time.
Oh man, that's
The
funny.
Satanists showed up, and then I love it. It's cute, it's fun. So under the post are the jokes about, because they mentioned, they were like, sorry about the video quality, right? And people are under it. God bless the 7 pixels that died to make this video possible. Yeah, and one person said, I thought this was a Wordle score. Which that's the thing going on now, right? Folks
Yes.
are wordling. Face
Yeah.
leader, do you know what the blue fuck that is?
I know, because I don't do it. It looks like some sort of game where you do stuff with words and then like different boxes turn different colors, because people show the colors patterns that they get and be like, this was my Wordle of the day. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know if it's like I don't know. Like, what's that fucking, is like Scrabble or something? I don't know.
Is it a game on the phone or is it?
I think it's on your phone.
Oh, okay.
All right, and I'm gonna bumper us between my content and yours.
Oh, one thing I was actually saying seriousness, I really do want to hear from Turf Island on this. Because remember how TERFs are always working with white supremacists? But this is what the white supremacists think of TERFs, because that was a lot of fucking Harry Potter books. And J.K. Rowling is Queen TERF over on Turf Island. I just want to know if they're going to make a comment.
Wait, Turf Island is what?
The UK. It's just what we call the UK now. It's like England in and of itself.
Okay, it's
Turf
just
Island.
a nickname for TERFs from across the pond, as they call it.
Because they are like taking the fuck over there.
Okay, I wonder if there's heads in the audience that are like me, that are like, who is like, they're probably looking like, oh, at Turf Island. I'll find their Twitter, right? I'm like, what is the Turf Island? Instagram?
No, just UK, yeah.
It's not. It's on the gram, as they say.
It is not. But yeah, so I just want to know what the TERFs in the UK are going to say about this, because they have gotten really in like Locke stuff with like right-wing conservative ideas just for the sake of hating trans people. But it's like, don't forget, these people don't actually fucking like you.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep? They're burning your books. Do you want to keep playing this game? Is it more important to hate trans people, or at some point will self-preservation kick in? I don't know. Let's find out.
And So Joshua Feuerstein,
Yes.
he still exists. He's still breathing, and he be breathing like for real. Cause like that was how I first heard of him. Was he was like one of those camera right in his face Facebook Live preachers, like when Facebook Live was a new feature. And before that, he would just record and upload like a lot of us would do, short video clips and yelling his wacky Christian nonsense. And folks noticed that he breathes real hard, and that's the first thing I really caught on him, was like a supercut compilation of like his breaths in between his sentences. And when I was doing show prep, I forgot who he was for a minute, and I kept noticing as I'm cutting them for the soundboard, I was like, these breaths are extra funny, and I'm gonna save some of these in the clips. And then I went back and checked his name and saw that. And so Feuerstein, he has a problem with the television in the house, and he handles it like a man of Western culture should.
Violence.
You decide if it's violence, all right? I want to be a debate bro now, so I want to.
You're gonna throw some nuance on it.
Yeah, I'm nuanced now. I'm a debate bro. Okay, that's my thing. I'm reasonable. I'll sit across from someone and I will respect their points and treat them civilly. Debate bro.
Give this about 45 seconds. Okay.
Go in any American home.
Go in any American home. Let me check his decibels. He seems to be coming in a little lightweight and get him in order.
What are all of the chairs lined up around? Our God.
Okay, he is, he's...
What did he even just...
He's coming in a little lightweight, so I'm gonna bring the instrumental down and bring the main volume up. Let's just narrate everything. All right, let's bring him in. Let's party.
Go in any American home. What are all of the chairs lined up around? Our God.
The dinner table?
The average American spends 6 to 7, and young people up to 12 hours consuming media.
12 hours.
We work too much. Capitalism won't let people do that.
People, school, work, 12 hours a day.
And you know what? And if I do sit and consume media for 12 hours a day, it's because I did 5 consecutive mandatory 7-day work weeks.
Right.
And on my day off, I'm splayed the fuck out. I fucking Uber Eats on my belly. I'm dropping fucking breadcrumbs in the bed sheets and shit. Yeah. That's why I'm there just staring at fucking at the same season of Big Mouth I keep watching for 12 fucking hours.
People up to 12 hours consuming media all day long. And we wonder why.
And also, like, just the fucking, these people couldn't be honest to save their fucking lives. The way he said, he started off with 6 hours and now it's 12 hours. What happened? Where did these other 6 hours come from?
6 hours? Well, what? Let's take a look. Where you say he said 6 hours?
God.
Around here?
The average American spends 6 to 7, and young people up to 12 hours.
Because it was young people.
Are young people not Americans?
They don't count among the averages.
What the fuck? What the fuck? And up to 12 doesn't mean 12. It means up to. So 6. We're back at 6.
Well, yeah. But up to 12.
Who?
Young people.
They don't go to school. They don't work. They just.
No, they don't go to school. What are they gonna do? Go to school? That's stupid. Just go to church.
Oh, God.
To 7, and young people up to 12 hours consuming media.
You know, as a debate bro, I like his tone and I like that he's keeping it reasonable. I'm keeping it reasonable too. We are debate bros together. I'm wearing a sweater just like him right now, actually. Debate.
All day long. And we wonder why we have a problem. They'll watch everything under the sun but can't pray for 5 minutes. So you want to know what I told my wife?
That is a long time to talk to an imaginary person. 5 minutes? I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Just saying.
That really is a long time to just be sitting there bullshitting.
Right.
Could we try that? I won't try that on air because dead air is weird. But like 5 minutes?
Just talking to someone who's not responding.
Not there, just me and my brain. Is anybody here? Am I alone? Like, and that's when they start yelling.
Hey God, it's me, Margaret. Yeah.
No? Quiet again?
Okay.
So that's weird. Yeah,
like, hey,
5
Jesus,
minutes.
my friend has cancer. Can you like... I'm not getting anything. I don't know.
And I have too many options now. Fuck that. You know, I can watch like 5 1-minute YouTube videos.
Yes, you could.
If they're short enough. What up?
What was that shit they tried to get poppin' that failed, but it was like 5-minute shows or 7-minute shows or something? You remember that? It was like...
No. What? It
was supposed to be like a new like streaming service, but like their thing was that everything was like really short segments.
It wasn't Vine?
No, and they got because they had like celebrities on to do it, and then it just didn't go anywhere.
This sounds
like
I don't know if I'm making a false memory. If this like sounds familiar.
Yeah, the concept sounds familiar, but I can't know.
See, while you're getting that, we're gonna find out what he told his wife. Though we did, I like to play with the soundboard at the beginning of the episode, so I think that's called foreshadowing.
I said, baby, I want to see.
I like the laugh, and I like the laugh in between. Baby,
then the smirk after. Oh my God.
That's what the women like, right? I mean, he's a clean-cut man, right? Dresses well, has a nice sweater there. Got a nice undershirt with a red stripe matching the sweater. Right? Well groomed, well coiffed. And then he's
bod.
Yeah, right? That men have always had body positivity.
Always.
Yeah, and then laughs like that. That's what they're looking for.
He sounds so fucking creepy.
Right? You would definitely take your headphones out at the bus stop if this guy steps up.
Yeah, actually you would, because you need to hear where he's breathing at all times so you know how close he is and how much space you have. You actually kind of fucking do.
You know what I told my wife? I said, baby. I told my wife. I said, baby. I said, baby. I said, baby.
No, you're breathing.
You're breathing so hard.
Why does it...
I said, baby.
It sounds like he's spitting after he says baby. And I was like, is this like one of those bad porns where they just spit instead of using lube? Because that sounds like what's about to happen.
Oh,
Jesus.
It does. It does. Play it again and tell me I'm wrong, though.
I said, baby.
Oh my goodness.
And then I said, baby. God damn. That's why his wedding ring is black. This is death metal Christianity, nigga.
Oh, God.
I want to see miracles in our house. So here's what I did. I told my wife, I said, well, honey, Big Daddy's about to take out the one-eyed devil in our house. He's about to take out.
This is not convincing me less about my porn theory. Her baby spitting for lube, and now I'm hearing Big Daddy and One-Eyed Snake. I am convinced that this is about porn.
I forgot Phoenix can see what he's doing. Because it's a visual show as well.
Fucking tears.
The one that's been looking at us, staring at us. And so I just said, no. Homie, don't play that game no more. Here's what I did. I told my wife, I said, well, honey, Big Daddy's about to take out.
So no one was going to tell me that he looks like Otis. No one was going to fucfinally tell me he looks like Otis with a beard.
Oh, man. Folks in the audience, should we recommend that movie? Put a trigger warning on it?
Definitely a heavy trigger warning on it.
Yeah, heavy-handed on a movie, Otis. But like, if you're an absurdist leftist that recognizes the trigger warning before you proceed, well, you know what? If you like this podcast, fucking get Otis. We're talking to the wine cellar audience.
That's true.
Fucking
That's true.
Go spend your money on it. Vote with your dollar. Buy Otis.
our house, the one that's been looking at us, staring at us. And so I just said, no. Homie, don't play that game no more.
All right, he don't play that game. Homie don't play that game.
But he's talking about the one-eyed devil? Like, what? Is that something in the Bible?
I don't know if he thought that one through, because that is like a penis vernacular.
Right. I said. This is about porn.
Yeah. That's why it sounds, and I guess maybe to our age group, I don't know if that one carried down.
I'm thinking of like the Cyclops with just one eye in the like,
no.
Yeah, I've always known it as slang for a penis.
Yep. And I would also note that because he said homie don't play that, so he's also referencing Homie the Clown from In Living Color, which is way before your generation came into existence. Like, he is, you know what, can you look up his age, please?
What's his name?
Joshua Feuerstein.
Is it like phonetic?
To a smart person, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Damn, that's, I'm gonna find out how to word things better. That sounded very toxy downsy toozy to anyone who it isn't phonetic to, including me, actually. It doesn't work. All right.
Well, just for the record, Joshua Feuerstein is actually a pretty popular fucking name.
Damn.
1981.
Damn, he is Phoenix Calita's age. Yeah, don't she? And she shakes her head disapprovingly, purses lips.
Because I see that he has the same. His birthday, not the year, but the month and date is the same of someone else that I hate.
That's good. See?
I tell you guys, the Zodiac stuff is real.
Ah, Jesus. Keep getting punchlines in.
No. Homie, don't play that game no more because my kids matter too much. What they watch matters too much.
Now, say the part that you really mean, sir.
And I matter too much because
Yeah, say the part you really mean.
And I matter too much. And I matter too much. Because if I don't have good kids or a good marriage, it's because I've been watching the wrong stuff. So I just did a little something like this.
It just did a little. And see, he sounds so old hip hop. This guy grew up listening to rap. I do a little something like this. Homie, don't play that.
Right.
Yeah, that's why he has a fade. All right.
Yeah.
Like, quit playing with me, Josh.
That's also why he's walking around with a fucking hammer.
Right? He liked a little naughty by nature, right? I bet he wants to wear a fucking padlock neck chain. He wants to look like Trigger Tretch.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy, I bet he still does the lyrics in the mirror.
So what black rapper roasted him that turned him into this? Because you know that's all it took was one black person hurt his feelings. And now here we are. I fucking bet you.
It's
with
worse.
His fucking raggedy ass fat Albert sweater. Yes.
It's worse because you think about the fact that he's about our age. Mm-hmm. He probably got rocked by a white rapper that had the respect of his black peers. And now you don't get to be the cool white dude. So you had to go in the total opposite direction. I like retroactively speculating about strangers. I mean,
because I'm actually looking at like the Wikipedia page on this guy. He's a fucking weirdo. Like, not just because he's like a goofy Christian, but like all he does, like he wants to be like Alex Jones with these fucking political stunts. He told his followers to leave 1-star reviews and shut down a bakery because they refused to bake a cake with an anti-gay message on it. And he said it was a social experiment on religious freedom, but the people had to close the bakery because they started getting death threats from his fans because they wouldn't make him a cake with an anti-gay message. What? He was at the January 6th insurrection, of course.
Oh, Jesus.
Of fucking course. He put up a Planned Parenthood video in which he said abortion doctors should have to run and hide and be afraid for their lives.
Whoa.
And that was, and then a couple months later, lo and behold, there was a shooting at a Planned Parenthood in Colorado Springs.
Not gonna lie, son, that's gangster as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
He's one of the people who started the red cup controversy over those fucking Starbucks holiday cups, the war on Christmas.
I just did a little something like this.
Yeah, he's blowing up the decibels. I'm gonna get that together.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And then I move the volume down and I click save volume and I'll try it again.
Homie, don't play that game no more.
Ooh, that's a different one. All right, back to him.
Yes.
Ooh, let me run back to my ski bop, boop, bop, ribble rap. You know what? This beat is more fitting for the rest of the way this goes.
It really is.
Yeah, let's. Oh shit, I like this.
Don't play that game no more because my kids matter too much. What they watch matters too much, and I matter too much. Because if I don't have good kids or a good marriage, it's because I've been watching the wrong stuff. So I just did a little something like this.
Why is this so perfect?
I've been doing this for a long time.
Right?
Just in case you want to find him on Twitter, his @ is @MAGA Preacher.
MAGA Preacher. And blam.
So he bought TVs to smash them.
Yes, podcast listeners, he took a sledgehammer to a large screen television set next to a leather couch on the set of his church after handing his wife the microphone and telling her that he was gonna take out the one-eyed devil in this household because I matter too much.
And there's a couch right there. I told you this was a porno.
Oh no! Jesus! This is one of my more favorite episodes. I'll be coming back to this one when I'm 50.
And maybe some of you...
You know what? Now, again, podcast listeners, check out the video. Like, the way this guy walks forward toward the camera, they do a cut, but the way he walks forward after smashing it, it's like he smashed the white rapper from his teen years that embarrassed him in front of the pretty black girls. And he's like, yeah, take that, Jaden. It was the first Jaden.
Oh, God, probably.
Like, he wanted to bust that B-boy stance so bad. He was ready.
God damn, he wants to be a gangster rapper so bad.
Maybe some of you tonight need to go home. Maybe you don't gotta break it with a sledgehammer. Maybe you just gotta turn it off a couple hours of the day and say, kids, let's get in the living room together and let's be a family. And I want to give you a Bible study, or let's watch The Chosen, or let's do something. I'm tired of...
What the fuck is The Chosen?
I'm just gonna assume it's one of those like Left Behind type stories, movies, genres.
But he said no.
They're very big about that.
Can you look it up?
Yeah.
See? Movie or show, The
Yeah,
Chosen?
they're very big about that genre. Fucking weirdos.
What
I
up?
was saying he just said like turn the TV off, but let's watch The Chosen. Like,
I noticed that as well, and I like that you're pointing this shit out. You're paying attention and you're saying what you see. Right? He fucking said, turn it off or let's watch The Chosen. So either no TV or what I want to watch. And why?
It's because I've been watching the wrong stuff. So marriage, it's because I've been watching the wrong stuff. Because my kids matter too much. What they watch matters too much. And I matter too much.
I matter too much. And I'm watching the wrong stuff. Y'all have stupid shit on TV that I don't want to see. You're streaming stuff from your phones to the TV that I don't want to see, and I'm tired of seeing it.
These chicks are in there doing TikTok dances.
And I want to watch The Chosen. And I guess that's what up.
The only Chosen one I'm finding is about a bunch of Jewish kids in Brooklyn, and it involves their feelings about Palestine. I don't fucking know. That can't be what he's talking about.
what is he?
Wait, but what if they're loyal? What if these are loyal feelings about Palestine?
Well, one of them is quite loyal, based on this what I'm reading, but I don't know.
Guess you'd have to wonder, like, is that person like the main character? Like, are they like heralded, if you will?
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, there's a TV. This has to be the one. Okay. There's a television drama based on the life of Jesus of Nazareth.
There you go.
Because if there's one thing we don't have enough of yet, it is stories and movies about the life of Jesus.
Because if I don't have good kids or a good marriage, go home. Maybe you don't gotta break it with a sledgehammer. Maybe you just gotta turn it off a couple hours of the day and say, kids, let's get in the living room together and let's be a family. And I want to give you a Bible study, or let's watch The Chosen, or let's do something. I'm tired of hell having a gateway into my home. It's time we have revival in our family, and we're gonna...
I can relate to what he's doing right now. He keeps pulling his shirt down. That happens to me because my belly makes my shirt right up, so I gotta tug that down. And listen, I'm trying to make a speech here, but my damn I don't want to expose my belly hairs.
Drive hell out. Drive drug addiction out. Drive divorce out.
Nigga, what?
Yeah, because that's all you need is TV. That's what makes or breaks a marriage. Not interpersonal communication, not having well-defined ideas of who's gonna do what. No.
The TV.
Or man, just fucking, you have an audience, you have a microphone. We know what you've been wanting to do since 1998. Just rap.
Yeah, be in a porno.
Just, yeah, porn rap, whatever, fine.
Porn rap.
Do it, rap while porning.
Porning.
Yeah, make it a genre. That's what you're gunning for.
He would really be spitting then, wouldn't he?
Yeah, see? See? On the mic. Or they call it a protruding clitoris, but the mic for him. There you go, right? The like a DJ, right? You got the labia on the ones and twos. Porn. Yeah. Do it. Joshua Fierstein hip hop porn. I'm in.
No.
And I hope that someone on Twitter only quotes that from the whole episode. Because when I'm taken out of context, it's still kind of in context. All right, quick Jim Hightower and Phoenix Caliter's real news that actually matters and is really worth hearing. Not just my bunch of, willy-nilly nonsense.
Indeed.
Ooh, we're from Hightower Radio.
How long is Hightower?
He tends to be somewhere in like the 2-minute neighborhood.
Okay.
What the hell? Where's my... It's not showing me the podcast link. Jim Hightower, what happened? Read and listen. Radio column and archives.
Why are you breaking it?
I got attacked.
You broke it.
Thug life. Shoot. Oh, wait, do I not? Oh, he must have a limited amount of ones you can access for free. Oh, yep. You cannot access any more free ones.
Oh.
Damn, that's pretty real deal. That is rough stuff, and it's kind of tough. And now I'm embarrassed on the microphone. Right, I'm just over here looking like a doofus. Yeah, all right. Well, let's go ahead and get a little environmentalism in your system then.
It's Thursday, February 10, 2022.
Rather than come forward with what their own scientists had concluded, they engaged in a campaign of denial and delay, which continues on today.
Climate scientists rebuke big oil during House hearing. Disturbing new data finds hot oceans are the new normal. Plus,
you may not know, unless you've driven an electric vehicle before, that once you drive one, you ain't ever going back.
Fact check, true.
Biden White House announces another major EV manufacturing plant for the U.S.
All of those major stories and more straight ahead. From BradBlog.com, I'm Brad Friedman.
And I'm Desi Doyen.
Stand by for 6 minutes of independent green news, politics, analysis, and snarky comment.
We saw restrictions placed on production here in the United States, and now we find ourselves on the brink of war, where literally thousands of lives hang in the balance because of climate hysteria.
What are you talking about, Congressman Michael Cloud of Texas? This is your Green News Report. Desi Doyen, I don't even know what the hell that guy is talking about. I can't even make a snarky comment about it because he's nuts.
Yes, climate science denying House Republicans were up to their old tricks in a House Oversight Committee hearing this week that was focused on the fossil fuel industry's campaign of lies and disinformation that cast doubt on man-made global warming. The hearing also focused on whether big oil's new promises to cut their emissions are adequate under the Paris Climate Agreement.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Spoiler alert. They aren't.
Oh.
Oil companies Exxon, Chevron, BP, and Shell declined to attend and were postponed to next month. Instead, climate scientists detailed how those oil companies knew for decades that burning their product causes dangerous man-made global warming, then lied about it to the public and are still delaying the shift to clean energy. The scientists noted that the oil industry is directing only a tiny fraction of their investments to renewable energy solutions. solutions. Penn State University's Dr. Michael Mann explained how Big Oil's public declarations to reduce emissions are belied by the fact that they plan to expand drilling.
They love to talk about how they're going to decrease the carbon intensity of their fossil fuels. That's sort of like your doctor telling you that you need to cut fat from your diet, and so you switch to 40% reduced fat potato chips, but you eat twice as many of them. That doesn't help. The net amount of fat that you're taking in actually increases.
I don't have any snarky comments anymore. It is madness.
And that madness matters. A new analysis of climate data by The Guardian finds that 1/3 of Americans are currently experiencing rapid, above-average rates of temperature increase. 499 U.S. counties have already breached the 1.5 degrees Celsius warming limit outlined in the UN Paris Climate Agreement. Nearly 130 million Americans across large swaths of the country have seen soaring temperature increases since record-keeping began in the late 1800s. The analysis also found that the United States as a whole has heated up over the past century due to climate warming emissions from fossil fuels. It also matters because the oceans absorb much of the atmospheric heat trapped by humanity's greenhouse gas emissions. A new study from California's Monterey Bay Aquarium analyzed marine temperatures over the past 150 years and found that marine heat waves used to be rare a century ago, but every year since 2014, at least half of the global ocean surface has recorded extreme heat. In 2019, that hit 60%. The researchers warn that marine heat waves have, quote, become the new normal and are yet another piece of evidence that should be a wake-up call to act on climate change.
Should be. I'm sure everything's fine.
A different study focused on refuges for coral, where cooler currents provide coral reefs a bit of protection from global warming. Researchers found that those refuges, however, are disappearing faster than expected. And that matters because coral reefs are the nurseries for marine life that millions of people rely on for their primary food source. But some good news.
Please?
President Biden this week announced that yet another major electric vehicle equipment manufacturer is headed to the United States. Australian auto electrical equipment giant Tritium, which makes electric vehicle chargers, will build its first American manufacturing plant in Tennessee.
And it's going to have a ripple effect beyond and far beyond the one state. Tritium's new facility is going to produce up to 30,000 of these chargers every year. They'll use American parts, American iron, American steel, and they'll be installed up and down the highways and corridors in our communities all across the country. So the benefits are going to ripple to thousands of miles in every direction.
Well, that's good news. By the way, have you heard President Biden utter the words Tesla?
He did this time.
What?
Yes.
It took long enough. It's as if it was a car company created on Mars. For much more on all of these stories and the ones we couldn't get to today, check out our website at greennews.bradblog.com. I'm Brad Friedman.
And I'm Desi Doyen.
And this has been your Green News Report.
Charge me up, baby. Charge me up, baby. Charge me up once and again. Charge me up once and again. 1, 2, 3. Who could it be? The dopest motherfucker that you hear in
The news is a shit show these days, and we're here to give you a break from the white supremacist media bullshit by bringing you the shitty news so that you can feel less like shit because you know the people discussing all the fucked up shit give a shit about you and the shitty situations you deal with every day. So shit. Pour yourself a glass and settle in for Father Teresa's Wine Cellar.
And all right.
Yes.
And bringing in the Phoenix Collider show notes. Miscolored ma'am.
Okay, well, I guess since we just covered some climate change stuff, why not keep going, right?
Yes.
Indeed. All right. And folks, checking this one. Phoenix said we just covered some climate change stuff. That is also on the feed on the previous longer form recording for the video.
Yeah, because I know William cares about climate change for some reason.
Yeah, man.
whatever. It's
I
not
have
like
no Thwaites Glaciers updates. I have been looking, folks.
It's not like we need water or air or anything, actually. So the WWF, right? You know, wwf.panda.org, World Wildlife Foundation, I think. Yeah. They have determined that ocean plastic pollution will quadruple by 2050. And that is pushing more areas to exceed ecologically dangerous thresholds of microplastic concentration. Current projected growth in the plastic pollution will cause significant ecological risks, with certain pollution hotspots like the Mediterranean, the East China and Yellow Seas, and the Arctic sea ice already exceeding ecologically dangerous thresholds of microplastic concentrations. Negative impacts from plastic pollution are already detectable in most species groups, while the productivity of several of the world's most important marine ecosystems like coral reefs and mangroves are under risk. Yeah, that's going on. How fun is that? So the review warns that by the end of the century, marine areas more than 2.5 times the size of Greenland could exceed ecologically dangerous thresholds of microplastic concentration, as the amount of marine microplastic could increase 50-fold. This is based on projections that plastic production is expected to more than double by 2040, which would result in plastic debris in the ocean quadrupling by 2050. I'm just curious why we need more plastic stuff. Why is plastic production ramping up? Doesn't seem like a good idea. So that's going on. Yeah, and then this is like a long ass article. I just want to see if I can find the paragraph about the turtles. They were noting that turtles are dying because they're like consuming the plastic that's floating in the water. And out of like all the dead turtles they find, over 70% have plastic in their systems. So, you know, I mean, we eat stuff that comes out of the ocean. We should probably keep it clean, maybe. Or not. Whatever.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's going on. So, yeah, we should probably, we should do a lot of things about climate change, but we're not going to do any of them because I guess Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos don't have enough money yet, so we can't
Right, and I guess
do anything.
It starts to sound like, well, why are you even covering it? Hopefully some folks will prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
Don't do that hope for the best thing. Don't make me reenact the quote from Twitter about me.
Yes.
All right, because I do respect you. I do not think, do not hope for the best. Don't you do it.
Don't you do it.
The best is not going to happen.
Yes.
All right? You will not hope for the best in this church.
I mean, just saying. All right, I have other stuff. What do we want to talk about? Trans issues, police brutality? Do we want to talk about something fun? Do we want to talk about Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, let's go 1-to-1, right? Trans issues, Dave Chappelle.
All right, Dave first or second?
Second.
All right. So, Alabama, no, I don't want to read that ad. The Alabama Senate Committee has approved a bill that has criminalized treatments for transgender youth. Monroe Smith wanted senators to understand his gender transition was a long process and one that made him success. He spoke in opposition to a bill to ban medical treatments for transgender individuals on Wednesday. A senior at the Alabama School, Smith, who is a senior at the Alabama School of Fine Arts, described his transition as a slow and steady process involving rounds of counseling and parental consultation before beginning any medical treatments. Not once in this process did he ever feel pressured to engage in treatments, he noted. He said, "The focus of my evidence-based treatment did not force anything on me or my family." But the committee ultimately decided to take a voice vote to approve a bill that would make recommending those treatments a felony. So not even giving treatments, but even suggesting that trans kids get treatment is now, they want it to be a felony. The bill is sponsored by Senator Shay Shelnut, Republican from Trussville, said it would be a Class C felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison for any person to prescribe medications like puberty blockers or hormones to anyone under the age of 19.
What? That's not even the adult.
You know how I keep screaming all the time about how these weirdo conservatives who hate trans people and hate gay people are also the same conservatives that hate women and are anti-abortion and are also the same conservatives that are anti-sex work and trying to ban porn? Has anyone noticed a common thread among those things lately?
They just want to control other people's bodies.
But they keep increasing the age. right?
Oh.
In Texas, it was up to 21. You cannot work in a strip club as a stripper if you're over 18, which is legal adult, but under 21. Then it was, we were worried about trans kids, so it was initially puberty blockers, so kids like middle school age going through puberty. Now it's kids up to age 19. Abortions were supposed to be, they're trying to make it harder to get abortions, so you have to get parental involvement, right? Like, they keep getting older and older, and something that I've been trying to explain to liberals that they do not grasp or just don't care about is that constantly framing people as like incompetent or needing help is feeding into this narrative, right? We're like, but sex work is so exploitative, nobody would do it. It's these young girls getting caught up in it. They need help. They need us to speak for them. Now all of a sudden, if you're not 21, they don't want you to work in a strip club anymore, even though you're a legal adult, right? And it was these trans kids, they're confused. They don't know. We have to stop these middle schoolers before they, stop themselves from going through puberty. Now it's up to age 19, right? They keep like, someday y'all will learn, and this is gonna be it's gonna be the ugliest I told you so of all time. They keep increasing the age because the goal is an outright ban. They are not trying to be measured. They are not trying to be nuanced. They are not doing this to actually try to help out trans teenagers and then say when you're an adult you can figure it out on your own. No, they want to ban this shit permanently. Like, stop fucking coddling these people. All right. So this is what the committee decided. The bill also requires school counselors not to withhold information from parents about a trans child. So if someone at a school professional thinks that a child is trans, they tell the parents, which also is a huge, just setting kids up to be abused, just horribly. But also keep in mind that this is, a lot of their mentality comes from their perceptions of what they think gender roles are. Right. So if you have a boy in school and he doesn't act quote unquote masculine enough, even if he's cis and hetero, you're gonna get that call from the school because he's not acting manly enough. Or if you're a girl, maybe you have a daughter, she doesn't really like to wear makeup, she likes to, do boy stuff, she likes to climb trees a little bit too much, you're gonna get that call from the school because she's not acting feminine enough. This is about gender roles. It's not actually about transgender people. It's about forcing people into gender roles. Because they want that antiquated ass society. Damn. You were gonna say something?
How is this legal? They can just, okay, let's say, there's a masculine presenting girl at the school, they can just call and be like, oh, we think she's transgender.
Yeah.
What? Isn't there, a freedom of expression?
No. With these people? No, they want that fucking, what's that show you always be watching? Handmaid's Tale. That is what they want. That is what they are going for. They want very strict gender roles. They want women at home, pregnant, having babies. They want men outside working. They want to keep their fucking weird class hierarchy. There is no freedom of expression. If you are expressing yourself, you're not doing your job. Yeah. Opponents of the legislation bill obviously said that it shows a profound misunderstanding of gender dysphoria in medical care. Dr. Nola Ernest, a pediatrician, cited the risk of suicide among transgender youth, saying many parents have approached her for help. And she also noted that, gratefully, we know the use of medication for gender dysphoria is an evidence-based standard of care. But then again, you also have to remember that a lot of these people would rather have dead children than gay or trans or non-binary children. So, so that's what's going on there. But
So, trans ally, Dave Chappelle, because he had a friend.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle.
He didn't know that they had kids, but definitely his friend.
Definitely his friend.
Yeah, because all my friends that have kids, I just don't know that about them.
Right?
What the fuck is wrong with these niggas?
Right, and of course, because Dave Chappelle, right, notoriously fucking transphobic and just annoying as shit, and just so fucking, I can't stand this man. But, here's the thing. So Yellow Springs, which also I'm amused on some level that it's called Yellow Springs. I think we all know why. I'm not going to publicly say it. But so Oberer Homes, I guess, is a developer. That's the name of the developer. They can move forward with a new development in Yellow Springs, but without an affordable housing component initially promised to the village after the city council recently voted against the village's own plan Monday night. So this is Dayton, Ohio. The village initially asked for the development to advance affordable housing in the village, including in an area that the village would later be able to use to develop into affordable housing, as well as more duplexes and townhomes. God, I hate duplexes. But Monday night, after complaints from residents, including comedian Dave Chappelle, the village council voted to revise the planned unit development zoning. This means that the zoning reverts to what was previously approved, with 143 single-family homes on the lot, and the homes starting around $300,000. The development that council voted on Monday night would have included 64 single-family homes, 52 duplexes, and 24 townhomes. But the Yellow Springs Council president wrote a memo describing the housing plans, and villagers, including entertainer Dave Chappelle, lobbied against the project. Chappelle even threatened to pull his business interests from the village, which include a plan for a restaurant called Firehouse Eatery and a comedy club called Live from YS. Y'all heard it, right? What did I say? Anybody?
Oh, we were checking
decibels.
a potential decibel disaster.
Oh,
that
what happened?
only happened on this computer
Oh.
because it's a 2013 computer.
Okay.
It's like starting from.
Okay. So keep in mind, they were supposed to, the original plan was 143 homes worth $300,000 each, starting at $300,000 each, right? Not necessarily affordable for most people, right? So they wanted to change it to 64 single-family homes, 52 duplexes, and 24 townhomes, so more people could live there at cheaper cost. And Dave Chappelle said no and threatened to do what? Pull his business interests from the village, which include a plan for a restaurant called Firehouse Eatery and a comedy club. Again, I would reiterate, the key in that sentence is the word plan. He threatened to pull his business interests from the village, which include a plan for a restaurant and a comedy club. These shits don't even exist yet. They took affordable housing out based on the promise that he's gonna get this shit up and running someday. They don't even exist, and they fucking, yeah. All right.
I'm gonna share this to the Black Atheist group. Actually, I think that'll just be fun to look at. Obviously, it won't get a bunch of comments now, but I just want to see, because like the transphobes, they loved bringing up Dave Chappelle as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like when everyone was like we're watching fucking Squid Game now. Well, a new season of Big Mouth just dropped. We're watching F is for Family now. Like, we're off that. We're bored. Like, we're done with that shit. We've moved on. And they're like, hey, Dave Chappelle. Like, they would literally just say, y'all still hating.
But like, what? But also literally like, if you're again, where are the jokes and the memes and the punchlines? No one has told me a funny joke from that last fucking special.
Can you tell me the headline that you have?
I am on the Dayton Daily News, and it is Yellow Springs votes no on housing plan after Chappelle speaks up. Yes. So yeah. And let's see, scrolling back down, Dave Chappelle repeated his threat at the Monday night council meeting and said, "I'm not bluffing, I will take it all off the table." All right, other villagers cited concerns with traffic flow, problems with the proposed homeowners association, and water management. Okay. Run resident Matthew Kirk, a member of the Citizens Board who worked on the project, said he was excited, but his views soured. Okay. I think it's important to understand the framing and how those products attract different home buyers. How many more ways do they need to say, get the fuck out of here, you fucking poor pieces of shit?
Right.
2 council members voted for the revised project mixing homes, but council members Carmen Brown, Lisa Krieger voted against the project. Kevin Stokes, who lives near the project, recused himself. So that's what's going on. So Dave Chappelle, wasn't that a thing he was saying in his special where he was like, he just be giving money to everybody? Like he was at the Pink Pussy Hat March and someone was like mean to him or something. So he just left, but he dropped like $100 or money. Remember he was saying that shit?
I don't.
He said that in that special.
Okay, but that's the thing. Nothing from the special was worth remembering.
Oh, I remember a lot of it. I just don't remember anything funny.
Oh.
Which is kind of sad because it was a comedy special.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was saying that shit about how he'd be donating money to this and donating money to that and like gave all this money to that trans woman after she committed suicide and her to take care of her kid that he didn't know existed because they were like really good friends.
Yeah,
and
totally,
that's how you know that you're good friends, that you don't know your friends had kids. But no, because this is the sort of thing we talk about is like when we talk about trans people facing discrimination it's a lot of that shit does also impact income, right? This is how marginalization works. You're less likely to get that business loan to start your own business. You're less likely to have a smooth time in college or getting some sort of formal education to advance your career, right? You're less likely to get hired if you're trans just because you're trans. Like, you're less likely to be rented to if you're trans. All these things have impact. So yeah, like trans folks, marginalized folks who have been marginalized for various reasons do need affordable housing, and Dave Chappelle told them to go fuck themselves, and that he wouldn't put new businesses in this town, businesses that don't exist yet, they're still in the planning stage, that he's literally so angry about the idea of living next to middle class people that he would rather close down businesses and take jobs out of a town. But this is your guy, right? He's very woke.
And this area, this is like near where he lives.
This is where he lives.
Now, didn't we cover the story that you brought out of California where you had us guess like how much the houses cost?
Yeah.
And like in saying they didn't want it there?
Yeah.
So Dave Chappelle is just like those people in that story we covered.
Wow. The Brad Pitt story?
Not that one. The one where it was the people in the Brad Pitt one, that was the one with the raggedy houses in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And the one in California, remember, she was like, guess how much these houses, and guess the demographics.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like
it was like 90% white.
And like 0.0% indigenous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like one black family there probably.
And it was the same thing with they're trying to get the low income houses and the people,
yeah,
they
more affordable.
Because
Because even what she mentioned, right? Because like when they say low income, they're probably even talking more so like lower middle class.
Actually,
they're not even talking like straight. They're not talking about like straight up poverty.
This is actually worse than I thought.
Oh, worse than she thought.
Because they aren't rich there. So he's actually actively trying to get the poor people kicked out. He's trying to gentrify it. Well, help the gentrification along. Because right now, according to this, the average household income is less than $100,000 a year. And they want to build $300,000 houses and no townhomes, no duplexes. That's to kick out the residents there who he doesn't think should afford to be there.
Right, and like collectively, this household, we're under 100,000.
Yep.
Like even at our height, 2020, we're under 100,000.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So like, modest little crib like this, nah, get out. We're bringing in remodelers, right? Don't worry, they'll descale the plumbing. Dave Chappelle has $3,000 for that. Upgrade the electrical. Dave Chappelle has $10,000 for that, or really the rich people that he once moved in.
Wow. Yeah. The average income is about $75,000 a year.
I met one of his. I think he was on Saturday Night Live some years ago, like before he decided that he was gonna be the anti-trans man, and he was joking about white people, of course, and he said, poor white people are my least favorite white people, right? Which is like a joke I get even at the time and now. Like some work class white people, they could be a little ed.
Right.
They could be pretty ed. But then also, the rich white people are racist too, and they have the power to let the poor white people act how they act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's really interesting to me looking at that.
Yeah, like the police that got Dylan Roof a Whopper from Burger King before they took him to jail are well-paid white people. Police are not poor.
Right.
That's something else I hate hearing, like when that sometimes I try to brave an episode of the Young Turks and listen to Cenk. They always point out, you gotta pay the cops more and give them more incentives. Cops are getting fucking paid. You see a lot of cops living in the projects. That's part of why we don't like the fact that they're policing it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, shit. Fucking cops ain't fucking broke. Phoenix could leader see something.
Oh,
neat.
I'm just glancing at the to see if I can find like a direct, because that's the thing. Dave Chappelle keeps saying, if you do this, I'm pulling all my interests out. I've invested millions. You have to do what I say, type shit. But he's not giving a specific reason why. I'm trying to see if I can find like I mean, obviously I know why, but I just want to know if he said why. Like, since he's popping all that, since he's not afraid to say anything,
Oh,
he'll
like
say
has
anything.
Dave Chappelle made a statement?
Like, fucking tell me why.
Is he gonna like sugarcoat it and like?
He's probably not gonna release a statement. And this article, this is the same outlet, but another article about this story. It says Chappelle did not say exactly why he opposed the new development, but Max Crome, an architect who works with Chappelle on his business interest in the Village, says the development was designed to serve people from elsewhere and didn't serve the Village. It's not designed for the benefit of the villagers. So affordable housing, when people are making $70,000 a household, is not in their interest? Make that make sense. $300,000 houses are in their best interest when they're only making $70,000.
You gotta bust your motherfucking ass to make $45,000. You gotta bust your ass in half to make $50,000. You gotta basically just fucking take a meat tenderizer and beat your own ass every day to make fucking $60,000. And you basically just give your ass to your employer and just say stomp on that all day to make 70.
And honestly, it's probably because that's the median household income, which means that's probably a 2-person household. It's probably a couple. You know,
damn,
like, and that's 70,000, which means they're making like 30 and 40 or 35 and 35. You know what I mean? Like, respectively.
Right.
Ooh, I want to see how Daily Mail is trying to spit their game.
Okay.
All right, so here's the headlines I'm looking at as I'm looking, right? Fox News. Dave Chappelle issues statement on threat to withdraw investments over Ohio housing development. CNN. Dave Chappelle spoke out against affordable housing plan in his community. Dayton Daily News. Oberer. I stop letting them name stuff. Oberer moving Yellow Springs plan forward. Chappelle responds to criticism. New York Post. Dave Chappelle claps back after affordable housing. And it has a ... Sports.yahoo. Dave Chappelle says he shot down the development. Okay, player. Dave Chappelle clip where he speaks out. Okay, clip. Let's set that aside. But dailymail.co.uk. Dave Chappelle didn't kill affordable housing in Yellow Springs? What are you talking about?
I read a direct quote where he said, if you go through with this, I'm leaving. Like, that's pretty much.
No, he says he opposed a half-baked plan to build a $39 million cookie cutter development where 3 of 143 lots were for future low-cost housing. He hates cookie cutter stuff. That's why all 6 of his last Netflix specials were so different from one another.
Wait, there were 6?
Didn't he? Oh, no, it was over 6 years.
Oh.
Yeah, over 6 years he dropped a special. But he did drop a lot of them. We should count how many again. Matter of fact, can you check how many Netflix specials did Dave Chappelle do? Now, you know, Daily Mail, they basically put their whole article in a bullet list in case you don't want to keep reading. And to my understanding, that's how they keep right-wingers as their main followers. Bullet 1 through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
2016, it was a 6 stand-up deal.
Yep, he did 6. Okay.
I don't even know the names of.
They're not
5
worth remembering. None of them are fucking funny.
I don't even remember 4 of them.
This shit was so boring.
I literally don't remember 4 of them dropping.
You think about that, 6 years. 6 years ago was 2016. That was the year we moved in together. Did we lose our sense of humor over those 6 years? We watched Lucifer. We laughed. We watched The Strain. We laughed. F is for Family. Big Mouth more so me. But I guess you like, because you're into the Jewish. You like that.
They do make a lot of good Jewish jokes on there, yes.
Yeah, like, we laugh at shit. Hell, you got me watching that movie Clue. Yeah. I'm laughing at shit that I was closed-minded to my whole life.
Clue's fucking hilarious.
Did not lose my sense of humor. What was it over the past 6 years of Dave Chappelle's comedy that just wasn't funny? Maybe he's just not fucking funny.
He's not.
Bullet list. Chappelle on Thursday responded to claims that he opposes affordable housing. CNN, ABC News, and Slate were among outlets slinging the accusation. This is how right-wingers like to write it. Because CNN and NBC News are the mainstream media. Mm-hmm. And then Slate, that is to hit their audience with, that's the left-wing media.
Okay.
I listen to Slate. They're super not. They're pretty much standard, like, conservative Democrat.
Who did you say, Slate?
Yeah.
That's hilarious because I was looking on Twitter to see if Dave Chappelle commented, and I was literally scrolling past Slate as you said that, and their tagline is how Dave Chappelle blackmailed the town into rejecting affordable housing.
Yeah. And see, and that's who Daily Mail is referencing, because they're coming from the more right-wing perspective.
Oh, okay.
They're saying they were among the outlets slinging the accusation. Chappelle says that the deal he opposed was cloaked as affordable housing. Oh, it was close. So it was fake affordable housing.
Okay. And also, like, I don't believe that either. I really don't.
That it was fake affordable housing?
That's what he thinks it was.
Huh. Well, let's actually move over from it. What up?
Oh, because I was just gonna say with that, if that was the thing, and he really thought it was because it wasn't like affordable enough for the community, he would have said that in the meeting and been very loud and vocal about it the whole time.
Right.
Because I can't find a quote from him. The only quotes I can find from him from news outlets is him saying, "If you do this, I'm pulling out my money. I'm leaving." That's all I can find. I cannot find quotes saying this doesn't go far enough. This isn't solving the homelessness crisis. Like, I can find nothing about that.
That would be his main argument.
From the start.
I'm looking for, apparently there's an audio bite where he's actually speaking. Nothing has taken me there, though. CNN, Dave Chappelle spoke. Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Let's hear the funker talk.
All right.
Load the clip, CNN.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Let me make sure. I'm going to turn the music
I
down.
didn't even know that was him. Wow.
Yeah, he aged like a bigot. Yeah, I mean, you act like white people, you age like white people. You don't get to be a beautiful black person anymore. You look like an old white man.
He just looked like his friends.
Which are old white people and an old white trans woman.
She's dead.
Caitlyn Jenner.
He's friends with Caitlyn Jenner too. Of course, he's fucking friends with Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, because Caitlyn's a big Republican.
Yeah, because weren't they like I almost talk like Tariq Nasheed. Weren't they hugged up? But like, yeah, I remember that time. Like, yeah, of course Caitlyn Jenner would come down on that side.
Yes. Hi, I'm Dave Chappelle.
What the fuck? I hate these niggas. They always cut in this. I just want the video clip, man. Hi, I'm Dave Chappelle. Oh, is this him making a statement in post? Wait, this is from December 6th? What's this one?
I just want to say I'm adamantly opposed to it. Obviously, I live behind the development or the proposed development. I do have many business interests.
Doesn't he have a massive amount of fucking land? How the fuck does he just live behind something?
I thought he lives like doesn't he own like a farm or something?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure he said that in his special too, that because of COVID he had to cancel his show, so he just had like
in his cornfield. How the you don't live behind shit?
Also, I did find a 45-second clip of him talking, and I can tag you in it on Twitter.
Is he wearing like a white shirt with gray
No,
sleeves?
it's the one you just had where they were cutting in where he said, "Hi, I'm Dave Chappelle" at the meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
it's
tag
45
the wine
seconds
cellar.
from that.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
In town, I've invested millions of dollars in town. If you push this thing through,
You know the funny thing about when people say they invested as if that's something they did for you? Remember, what do people want on investment?
Money back.
Yep, return. So he's really saying, I made money off of this town.
Right.
Right, but they frame like, damn, he really is. All right, I don't know. Like, I always say, like, you can't de-black yourself.
Yes, you can.
He ain't black, he Dave Chappelle.
I'm investing in is no longer applicable.
Oh, yeah, don't let Dave Chappelle get fucking accused of anything. Yeah, I mean, you know, like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, we ain't down with you. Oh, God. Well, basically the same crowd that rolls with Cosby.
Yeah,
will roll
Cosby
with
and R.
Dave
Kelly
Chappelle.
defenders will be with you.
Oof.
Yeah, I tagged you on Twitter, so.
All right, so let me go to my Twitter notificationals 55 seconds ago. And here we go, where he walks up and lets everybody know, hello, I'm the celebrity.
What are they doing?
it looks like, is it a city council meeting?
Mm-hmm.
But why?
But yeah, why was everyone's hands up like that? I don't know.
Yeah, wait, hold up. What is that? What the fuck are they
Are they
doing?
clapping? Jazz hands? I don't know.
What the blue fuck was that?
They all did it so in sync too. Like, did they?
No. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Dave Chappelle. I just want to say, and Marianne, I can talk to you about this privately. I don't know why the village council would be afraid of litigation from a $24 million a year company while they X out a $65 million a year company. I cannot believe you would make me audition for you.
The fuck?
He doesn't get to talk to white people like that. No, you don't. You have cooned so long, you cannot talk to them as if an equal. That is not how white people see you. You have seen to that. You step and fetch and audition all the fuck they tell you to. This is what you wanted. This is literally what your entire career is based on.
This like Steven, like saying, now I'm the Django. I rides the host. That the character's name was Steven, right? The ultimate coon in the Django movie?
Oh,
Samuel L.
that
Jackson.
was like Henry or I don't fucking know whatever.
Yeah,
his
he
name- but
did. He kind of looked. He has a Samuel L. Jackson vibe from that shit.
Seriously.
Okay.
Oh no.
We're gonna be done recording by the time I get that. I'll
Right.
just let it go. Yeah, we'll get back.
Village council would be afraid of litigation from a $24 million a year company while they X out a $65 million a year company.
So is he saying that who they're trying to bring in is 24 million, but he is 65 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
I cannot believe you would make me audition for you. You look like clowns. I am not bluffing. I will take it all off the table. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Did anyone hear anything about you're not helping poor people enough? Where was
No.
that? If that's what this is about, where was that?
Did not
All
hear
he
that.
said is you're treating me like a nigger and turned around and left. That's basically all that happened.
Yeah.
Make
What
me
the
audition.
fuck?
Oh god. Also,
And-
did you know his mom used to work for the State Department in Africa?
Wait, Dave Chappelle's mother worked for the State Department in Africa. What? Who's doing what?
I don't know, but she got there right after someone got assassinated.
Wait, this was in the 2000s.
This was earlier than the 2000s, this was a long time ago.
Oh, wait, was this something about a Hootsie? I don't know that history that well.
But yeah, I haven't read the whole thread yet, but it appears that she was in the Congo, which is one of the United States' kind of like fuck around projects. So I'm gonna read more about it and find out what she was doing there, because I would like to know why she was the federal government.
It was a Leopoldian mission.
Might have been.
All right. Reference we're making, we're Cali. That I think that was callous the way I did that. Callously referencing King Leopold, who actually did a larger genocide against African peoples than, right? And it's not, I don't want to compare, right? And be like, we don't pay attention to that one, but goddamn, we get ignored.
Yeah, we really
We
do.
we
Well,
have quite the Holocaust coming our
I
way.
mean, even the fact that there's only one, the Holocaust, like implying it's it's the only one.
Yeah, did you know that Holocaust is a word that could be applied generally?
No.
Yeah, it's really not just that one. Yeah, that's what they. I'm saying they now. I should say when I say they, who am I talking about?
I mean, most people think of the Holocaust as, Hitler killing, and even Jewish people, which is even like not fully accurate, right?
Yeah.
But because there was like disabled people and gay people and sex workers and
It's
Roma
6
people
million
and-
versus 12 million.
Right, exactly. When people say 6 million people died, no, 6 million Jews died, 12 million people died in concentration camps.
Yeah, and we should even say were murdered.
We're murdered. But no, like all the things, like I think it's very fair to consider a Holocaust like the transatlantic slave trade, all the people who died coming over here in chains. That's a Holocaust. All the native people who were genocided off their land. that was a Holocaust. A Holocaust is like a mass murder of people, like what they did in Africa, what you were referencing, killing more Africans than Jews died in the Holocaust. That's also a Holocaust, but yet everyone thinks the Holocaust as only that one event, as if that is the name of the event, not Holocaust as in an ongoing term to mean a genocide of people.
Yeah, it's always the Holocaust and not a Holocaust or that particular Holocaust.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So Dave Chappelle is a pretty neat guy, fan.
Oh, yeah, I love Dave Chappelle. What?
Right. And I'll cut that micro recording. There we are. All right, Neighborino McPhoenix Collider, did you want to do more?
Oh, more stories?
Did you have it in you?
Yeah, I can do one or two more.
Did you have any? Well, what's your most important one that you want to get out there?
I don't know, because my Facebook won't load.
Oh, shoot.
There's the Biden administration one. We should maybe cover the that candidate who's running with the Confederate flag.
Oh, that's right.
If you want to save that for the last, because that one's fun.
We should go ahead and rock that one, because by the time we're done, it's gonna be almost noon.
That's true.
Yeah, we should all eat a hamburger or something.
So also, just as a side note, we don't have time today, but I do have a story about a police officer in Georgia who accidentally shot multiple bystanders trying to stop a car thief.
Accidentally.
Multiple.
How old were you in 2007? I think it was 2007.
I was 7 or 8.
Yeah. That was when the police shot Sean Bell in New York 51 times, 51 bullets, and what they put in their report is that it was on accident. 51.
You've never shot someone 51 times on accident?
3, 4, 5. I think this is back when Scotty Reed, he didn't have Black Talk Radio Network yet. He just had a show called, I think it was called like One Black Man's View or something like that. And I like what he did. He went 51. I'm gonna actually 51 gunshots on this show. Played them and it took a while. And then at the end he said, "Oops, really?" An accident.
Which also, like, 51, there's only so many bullets that a gun holds. You had to let it go and reload and keep...
Oh, there was multiple shooters. Lots of cops.
51. One was reloading. 51.
Yeah, and it was like 14. But then it never got to make the news card because Casey Anthony came flying in right behind. And Casey Anthony obviously took over the news for years. I think like 3 consecutive years Casey Anthony ran. Yeah, it wasn't until like 2010 when that died down. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get Phoenix Khalifa. All right. Phoenix Khalifa done herself a real colored Negro man that showed out. Oh shit! It's video.
It's a campaign ad.
That's right. All right. Did you tag me in the Twitters?
It's in the Facebook group.
Facebook group. I'm gonna get there.
Let me see if it's.
Can you introduce me up? Who is this funkster? Or do we just get it from campaign ad so we can get the real truth?
I actually have to get it from the campaign, honestly, because I thought the video was in here. I can't find it. That's fun. Hey, wait. No, I don't want your fucking ads. I'm for your shit. Okay.
Phoenix doesn't use the application. She uses browser.
Okay, they do hyperlink to the ad in the Hill link in the show notes thread. Okay. So anyway, this is a Senate candidate who I wish I vote. His Gary Chambers, and he is running. This man is very fucking brave. So he is running Louisiana Senate, and he went viral last month for smoking a blunt in an ad and burning a Confederate flag while decrying regional laws in a video released Wednesday.
Okay.
He's a bit. In the 1-minute video titled "Scars Bars," seen wearing a camo jacket, pins Confederate flag on a clothesline and ignites it. Right after citing the famous Declaration of Independence line, "We hold the self-evident that all men are created equal." As the flag burns, the Democrat argues that inequality lingers and remnant Confederacy remain in the South. The candidate mentions gender and restrictive voting laws as byproducts of the Confederacy. He says, quote, "The attacks against black people, our right to vote and participate in this democracy are methodical. Our system isn't broken. It's designed to do exactly what it's doing, which is producing measurable..."
Democracy are methodical. Gerrymandering are byproduct. Our system is designed to do exactly what it is, which is producing measurable inequity. 1 in 30 Americans are deprived of the right to vote. 1 in 9 black men have health insurance. 1 in 3 black children in poverty. It's time to burn what remains of the Confederacy down. I do South will rise again, but it's time to be on our terms. Garrison, I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
Hair just.
He's
as hell. They're gonna lynch the fuck.
God damn.
I hope he always has like.
He has really good security.
Oh, if you do that,
nobody. That little flip.
Yeah.
Okay, no even mention that in the articles.
Yeah, so for folks that might be listening to podcasts, he's flipped the American flag and revealing flag, and also he's boosting a flag.
Or doesn't wear his glasses.
Damn, I like that they got. I wonder if that was an artist's choice.
Has to be.
In the video, gasoline shows up, like
the flag in the back.
Right.
Yeah, like, he's on. Don't try to imitate. It ain't nothing to play with. Calling the dogs on my like he is calling Gary Locke on himself.
Yeah.
He and Bierstein with that sledgehammer. It's cold. Yeah, now he's pouring gasoline on the frame. His arms are extended so he doesn't get the gas. He puts some glasses, which is like cool. We're not educated that. Zippo lighter, so it's like action movie. You can
Right, but his so
damn, that's why he didn't toss it in. He was like, that costs money.
Shit. Okay, check it down because he's really.
It's the same one.
Oh, but he was saying I saw something about black children in poverty.
Yeah, I want 3 black children in poverty.
These to be evident, but all make it equal. Over the South, Crow never really left, and the Confederacy remained. In 1883, when a black named PBS switchback won a year, he was never seen the kitchen fraud. The Mexican black vote and participate in this democracy are methodical. Districts are a byproduct of the Confederacy. Isn't broken. It's designed to exactly what it's doing, which is produce minimal equity. 1 in 10 black Americans are deprived of the 1 in 9 Americans do not have health insurance. It's time to burn what remains of the Confederacy down. I believe the South will rise in, but this time it'll be our members, and I'm running for the Senate, and I approve this message.
Big lynch this man.
They gonna get you.
But I live good.
That shit fucking straight.
I'm
we
old.
say it,
Louisiana. Chambersforlouisiana.com.
Yeah.
God. Can we get comments? See what it's saying?
Oh shit, it does have 253,000 views. We got the one up at top, right? So this is the one that's getting up the most. A Jog Wheel says, I used to make political commerce for a living. This is an excellent very well done, Gary, and good luck on your rate. Now, because sorted by top comments. I'm sorting my newest first. Our terms. Oh, here we go. Ewan. Everybody vote against Joker. He burns everybody because he goes burn America. He's one of the federal credit flag. Ain't different. A strike flag of America with the scarf stripes. One's in an accident with the stars and others that stars. This is as they are typed.
Yeah, like,
it sounds like the David Packard.
It's a hate. Yeah, this is just a fucking meltdown. It's not over. So both got stripes. One's in there's no commas, no periods. It's just straight running through. Got stripes. One's in an accident with stars. Others at stars in one corner. Burning one should be a federal crime. He doesn't see runway. Running for is there to be voted out. He has no respect for America. Slavery on you, but the America read more.
Pissed off.
Oh no, I'm in pain.
Type right.
God, graphs.
But the American flag stars are not that one starts with X. Doesn't island has anything to do with has a being fully to the south. They put gun head and made him buy slaves. Then they go gun their head, place away, and their plantations and and tractors.
What?
What?
Really?
Factory secret.
What's happening? What's happening?
You and telling the truth and slave factors because the black didn't do the work. Still worthy their statues, rob the South line of earth, and put yourself back in the
Did we?
No, but blacks do the work.
Rebuild America? What is he talking about?
I don't have anything. It's just how Ed would leave a comment.
This is probably Ed.
Sadly, I think I know what he's trying to say.
Okay, what are you reading on it?
Oh, so there was this whole thing about how right before the Civil War, Southerners were complaining that the North was like too aggressive, not just trying to take away their rights to slaves, but they're like, how come we're growing all this cotton and we have to send it up north to go be made into fabric in factories? Like, that's not fair. Like, ignoring the fact about the whole slave labor part, you know, they're like, it's our cotton. I was like, but you have slaves to... You know, that type of shit. And like, because there was like a whole essay someone wrote about like how he was, you've heard of finishing schools? That was like a thing back in the day that if you were like high class, you would send your daughter to a finishing school to learn how to like be a proper lady, right? So like proper table manners and blah, blah, blah. Cause you know, you're supposed to like host dinner parties when you're rich or whatever. Right. And like, he was like livid that like all the finishing schools were in the North. He's like, why do we have to send our daughters to the North to learn to go to finishing school? So there really was a sentiment in the South of like, how come everything's in the North? Why does the North have it was coastal elites of that era, basically.
Huh.
And I think that's might maybe be what he's trying to like refer to.
No.
Obviously, you know.
I don't know if this person's pro-capitalism, but and I also don't know if they hold this thought or have ever said it out loud that hey, not all white people own slaves, but maybe they hold those thoughts. This tends to come with that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
And so if everyone doesn't own slaves and you're pro-capitalism, the capitalist gets to do with the cotton what they want. It's their cotton, their field, their slaves.
Yeah.
Why don't you have your own slaves? Pull yourself up by your slave straps, loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
No, I mean, that really is like the mentality they have, though, because they're really like, it's our stuff in the South. And it's like, no, it's not, just because you have an Amazon factory in your neighborhood doesn't mean Amazon is yours. It's fucking Jeff Bezos. Like, he owns that shit. It's not yours just because it's in your town. But yeah, but that really is that, like, but we're all in this together, right, guys? We're like all being white people together. We're all, you know?
Yeah.
But that was that shit I said, where a lot of these people realize the only time they'll be around the white people that they idolize is when they get buried in the same cemetery. That'll be the one and only time. You know? But something that I did find funny in the beginning of that comment was he said that it should be illegal to burn a Confederate flag, and that's really funny to me. And like, obviously this person couldn't possibly begin to articulate why, but I would just like to ask, I just want to know, why is burning the flag of a group that committed treason against your country, why do you think that should be illegal? That's all I want to know. Because that was an act of treason.
Let's see. That's a long... Do you want to finish that comment or move on?
Oh, that's up to you. Although we might cover this guy again tomorrow because apparently he was on Breakfast Club this morning.
Oh, yeah. He's going to do the media run. I know the Young Turks are trying to get him hard. It's like Young Turks and Jimmy Dore are fighting it out to get this guy on.
I'm sure. But no, he just posted 40 minutes ago that he was on Breakfast Club today.
Huh.
So I got to see what he said on there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's see.
They raised $100,000 in their campaign. Good job. Should we donate to his campaign?
I don't know.
I guess find out more.
Yeah, right. Is he transphobic? Is he? I always jump to that one pretty fast.
Because that's such a
litmus test sort of.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, makes me want to go and see if the Breakfast Club is live right now, even though it's 11:36 and I'm supposed to be moving on with my moving on. Let me see. Breakfast Club. Let's see if these folks are getting it popping, as it were.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
All right, let's wake that ass up.
Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We
get to it.
Simple traffic violations and arresting them for that, right? We had 140,000 people with those in Baton Rouge. And so I thought that if you can't handle what happened with Lamar Johnson in Parish Prison, then you don't need to open a temporary jail to cart people in on. And so I wrote columns about that. People read it, showed up at a meeting. A couple of other young black men showed up at the meeting, and we killed it. And that was kind of like the beginning of my journey into advocacy. It was because there was an issue in my community. I had a...
Okay, so he got into politics via activism. Good money, good money. Dancing it forward to the 8-minute point. Charlamagne is there, hands clasped, ready to ask a question.
So I'm an ordained minister. And grew up in...
All right.
So yes, he's transphobic, to answer your question.
He's jeez. And the irony of when he says that, like almost kind of close to center screen at the top is a OG pride flag.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, a OG pride flag right there.
The church deeply, and always knew that at some point God would use my voice to speak to his people. I use this as my pulpit, basically. My campaign slogan is do good and seek justice, which is Isaiah 1:17. Do good, seek justice, help the widow, the orphan, the oppressed, and the poor. I live by that. And this is really just an opportunity for me every time to live out my faith. That when we talk about the issues that we face as a society, Jesus was about healing the sick, right? And if he came and healed the sick, then why didn't Medicare for all good for us? If that was a structure of our faith that we believe.
I can't really see him.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Beads on his wrist?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not showing
he's
up.
in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Because Because I guess it is smart to go with the I'm Christian, because most people, like most
Yeah.
black people are Christian. It's gonna help get the vote.
Especially in Louisiana.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing about covering politicians that are not in your voting district. Like, they're not trying to appeal to you.
Right.
Like, that was a critique of Nina Turner, that she went to centrist when she was running for her House seat. She's trying to appeal to that that voting district.
Yeah.
Right.
This is really just an opportunity for me to live out my faith. That when we talk about that we face as a society, Jesus was about healing, right? And if he came and healed the sick, then why isn't Medicare for all good?
Yeah.
Good for us.
Liberation theology, yes.
As a society,
It's a smart way
Jesus
to
was about
like,
healing
let's
the
talk
sick,
about what's
right?
actually
And if he
happening,
came and
but
healed
let's
the sick, then
sprinkle
why isn't Medicare
Jesus
for all
in there
good?
so y'all actually
If a structure of our faith that we believe he can redeem, then we also have to have the knowledge to understand that medicine works, science works, and if we're paying into a system, the church get 10% of the money from some of the people, the government get 30% of the money from all the people. They should be producing solutions in healthcare for the people in this country.
Boy, Gary, you been cheating, man. You an ordained minister and you got a background in media. They ain't even see you coming.
Did you say medicine works and science works? That's interesting from a Christian. They usually say.
Yeah, I can hear the liberation theology seeping out. I like it. I dig liberation theology.
What is liberation theology?
Literally the opposite of gridlock.
Wait, what's gridlock?
I said Greg Locke.
Oh, Greg Locke.
Yeah. So basically the type of stuff he's talking about where there are Christians to liberation theology who are very like, we want to be like not anybody else in the Bible but Jesus, and this is the shit Jesus did. Jesus fed hungry people. It's our job to feed hungry people. Jesus was pretty into gender equality at the time. We need to be into gender equality like that. Like, that's what Jesus did. That's what we do. And so that when it comes, like, this is really popular in a lot of like Latin America, Central South American thought is this type of liberation theology. And so the way, like, the reason that the US keeps fucking with South America so bad and constantly overturning their governments is because a lot of their activism is tied to church, because it is like, this is what God wants us to do. And so, like, liberation theology has always been like a huge part of like certain social justice, especially in like highly Catholic countries. And of course, Louisiana is known as being more Catholic than others in the South on some level, right? Like New Orleans, because it was, and French people were Catholic, as opposed to English who were Protestants. So there was like already a Catholic. So I could actually see that sort of theology being prominent in places in Louisiana, honestly, because of Catholicism roots. But yeah, no, like, I support theology. I'm still gonna wonder what his views are on abortion and trans people.
Yeah, that's why we're going to skip around a bit. It's only like a 30-minute interview clip, so we can skip around a bit, and then we can eat something. How you got to go?
Oh, no, I was going to say, I actually went to his website. He does not have any policy positions up right now.
Nigga.
It's where to donate, it's where to buy merch, and his background story, but not any actual, like, and this is my plan to get Americans working.
Can you look up his age, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, that matters to me, right? Age brings context to, like, what a person has experienced in the linear time trajectory of culture.
Okay.
Right? Like your age. That's why I think earlier in this long ass recording we're making, like I pointed out where it's like, no, like someone Seven's age.
He was born in 85, 36.
36, interesting. Yeah, someone born your age, we're gonna analyze and be like, oh no, like your grandmother was born this short amount of years after the particular Holocaust in Germany.
Right.
Things like that. Because you're gonna be like, what the fuck? When was that? Yeah. Okay, he's 36. So he's not too far from us. 3 years younger than me. And he's on media landscape. And he has no policy positions up because he knows he doesn't have to.
Right.
He made an eye-catching video and told you where to donate. Right? Make an eye-catching video and link your Patreon.
Yes. And then I think it's also
oh Jesus, fine. Shit.
I think it's also actually like really smart because he is saying his policy positions on interviews and things like that. So I think that might actually be smarter because no one will know what your policy positions are unless they actually read past a headline.
Right.
Which may be good in the long run.
Yeah.
Because he may be saying some shit on the Breakfast Club that white people may not like, but white people don't really be watching the Breakfast Club. So they'll never know.
Right.
And then if he goes on like a crystal ball show.
He's been on Morning Joe.
Did he talk? I wonder if he talked to the white people different.
I would be willing to go back and see.
That is, oh man, this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
right?
This is interesting. I'm gonna keep my eye on this young man.
And I want to say, like, yeah, we're gonna get into more of this tomorrow. It's like, no, we're fucking literally trying to add another person to the household tomorrow. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
right? Yeah. Did he send you pictures of the duffel bags and whatnot?
No.
Yeah, I
I
just
know.
want to see if we can at least write the like what you're interested in taking the trip.
Yes.
Yeah, right. And then that would leave me with just one, and I will literally just order
You're just
him
gonna
a
order
pizza.
pizza. I know.
I will order a pizza and park him in front of the television because I don't know what I'm doing. And then I'm just gonna look at my tablet that he cracked and just be like, "That's what you do." All right. All right, a little bit more of this before, because remember, we're minding Phoenix Calita's chronic pain here.
Now, you recently went viral for you announced that you were running for Louisiana Senate and you're smoking some weed.
No doubt.
Talk about that.
Well, I think that we wanted to cut through the noise. I do smoke cannabis. It's not something that should be controversial anymore. 68% of people in Louisiana believe that cannabis should be legalized recreationally. And in order to make sure that we destigmatize a lot of these things, people who have platform influence, whatever that is, they need to use their platform and influence to steer a conversation. It worked. It did.
You know something I would say if I did that? I would literally like point out and be like, and I went to Illinois, or I went to one of these states where there is legalized cannabis so that I'm not breaking the law, because running as a lawmaker, I want to present myself as a citizen that's not breaking the law, right? And because I have the means to do so. But now what about someone else who has chronic pain like Phoenix Calita or has anxiety or something? They don't have that access there. For them, it would be breaking the law to seek it, acquire it, have it in their possession, and use it for crimes off top right there. And I don't think that's right to do.
Yeah.
And so I just had to do all that, but the next person can't. Let's get this stuff decriminalized.
Yeah. Oh, this guy, he has a good backstory.
So the whole thing is a good hustle.
Born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, middle class, black neighborhood. Mother committed suicide when he was an infant. There's a postpartum story there, I'm sure, postpartum depression. He was ultimately raised by his aunt and uncle. One was a teacher and one was a janitor. Yeah. Yeah. And his father was an addict.
God damn, that sounds like us right now.
I was like,
It kind of does. And his father was an addict. So yeah, this is a good.
He is a quintessential millennial for that ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
And he used to work as a manager at Home Depot. That was one of his first jobs.
Wow. That was one of his first jobs.
Yeah, he worked at Home Depot and became a manager at Home Depot.
So you also can't say he didn't pull himself up by his back. He
Right.
fucked up and got promoted.
Exactly. And became a minister. Right. Led protests about the killing of Alton Sterling. So has that, and was the master of ceremonies at Sterling's funeral.
Was Alt the one that told the cop, I have a legally registered firearm, and then the cop just let off on him? There's so many.
Shoot, hang on.
I used to have these memorized.
I just hit the hyperlink. Okay, 37-year-old black man, Baton Rouge. They were trying to control his arms and shot him allegedly for a loaded handgun in his pants pocket while he was face down on the ground.
Okay, no, that's a different one. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different one. All right.
And no charges filed, of course. But yeah, all right. And was doing George Floyd protests too. Okay.
This guy's fucking 36. I didn't do any of that shit. I did none of those things by 37. I'm pushing 39. I've done none of these things.
He has a daughter who attends the public schools.
He should probably get her out of there. You can't have that ad up and have your daughter publicly accessible to white supremacists.
Yeah. Is it mainly a black school? Because I know they're in
I mean, it sounds like they live in a black neighborhood, but still, like, even if the students are black, the school administration is black, because that's usually like a citywide thing. So I don't know what the demographics are down there.
Yeah, like, see, that's something that bothers me, right? It's a similar thing with Obama. Like, you can live whatever you want to call a successful life financially and be president, right? Because you have a black wife and 2 black daughters in this world, and you're just putting a fucking target on their faces by their association.
Yeah, they shouldn't even show presidents. It's like, why do we need to see that?
That's only legal here. That's not legal in other countries.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
you always hear that about something in America. We're the only ones who do that stupid shit.
Yeah, because it was who is it? Is it Macron? Or I don't remember if it's Macron. He's president now? I don't remember if it's him or who was president before him. Teenage daughters, and they were never on film. And like they had to tell the media when they would come to America, like, no, you cannot take pictures of the children.
Oh my.
Like, yeah, because he had teenage daughters, and he's like, you can't fucking take their pictures. Like, no. Yeah, like, you can't take pictures of, no, you can't do that there. And in slightly more normal places. Also, this is just a little funny anecdote about this person. He had a school board meeting about renaming a school that was named after Robert E. Lee. Obviously, he wanted the name changed. But during the public comments portion, he showed a photograph of one of them was shopping online during the meeting. Like, one of the school board members was on her phone shopping, and he got a picture of it and put it up when it was his turn to speak. And he was like, do you even care? Why are you here?
Wow.
Like, so they are gonna lynch this man. But all right, sir.
A little bit more.
It cut through the noise, and it got us to talk.
Yeah, you have to realize, like, just play the clip because you keep rabbit-holing.
Yep, I will.
She's gonna keep rabbit-holing.
I will.
About the real issues around Louisiana and cannabis. You got folks in Angola Penitentiary right now who are serving what amounts to a life sentence for basically simple.
I think he can skip having to talk about trans rights or anything by just keeping to his populism.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, this whole time I've been looking for actual policy points, and
none.
Life in a district that connects to a community that has no similarities between each other, right? And all of it's rooted in the heritage of bigotry and racism.
I know that.
Ideal and all of those things. Every system and structure of this country was designed around racist policies.
Nigga, I know that shit too. Next thing.
We end up in the capacity to make sure that our voices aren't muted in the Senate. There have only been 11 people, black folks, in the history of this country.
We know that too, nigga. The goddamn. This nigga's doing a podcast.
For the Breakfast Club listeners, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's so woke."
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Of Trump, right? We're trying to unseat him. Why do you think, Democrats aren't speaking up for people like you? Like, because you need that kind of power back.
We do. We actually need the Democratic Party in the state of Louisiana right now to make sure we're the only candidate in the race. We know we've raised more money than everybody else. We clearly built the national conversation. The Democratic Senate Central Committee should join us.
You did not build a national conversation. About what? Finish that sentence. You can't, because you didn't actually do that. I'm here to critique. I'm not here to praise. People may notice that. Very little praise has come through these big African Negro lips in 10 years of podcasting. Skipping around.
I've got a great deal of respect for Cedric. He's limited.
Okay, for Cedric, who's that? Let's run that back.
That is the moderate that he's running against.
Oh, he's running against a moderate.
Yes, who's
Cedric,
also black.
Last name.
I clicked away from that one.
What about Cedric? Is Cedric showing up?
Me and Cedric
we gotta put the pressure on him if need be now.
Me and Cedric have a decent enough relationship. I don't know if he was thrilled that I ran against Troy, but Troy and I, who's the new Congressman Troy Carter, we have a great relationship. We built that through the campaign trail. I've got a great deal of respect for Cedric. He's limited in his capacity because he works for the White House, but there are people who I hope that he can nod his head to and say, you know what, I think the brother's the right person to be in this position. And
all right, so he's doing he's appealing to the people that are like, don't have a circular firing squad. Mm-hmm. He's appealing to them like, hey, I respect my opponents. We have great relationships. That business. He's very glad handy right now. Like, say he gets elected, he is getting out ahead of when he has to ultimately vote in favor of a bill that is like giving money to bomb more Palestinians. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh shit. I've watched this thing for so long. I've been looking at this shit since 1992. I know where this goes.
Right.
And I think that whatever the people of Louisiana do, we have to ask ourselves, especially black folk, how long are we going to help elect people who continue to disappoint us? Right now, we're dealing with the Ronald Green case.
What I just say? How long? I don't know, nigga. Let's have them elect you. See what you do.
Louisiana, black man killed by Louisiana State Police. Text messages found by Governor John Bell Edwards to have known the details of what happened to this brother. We need to ensure that when we put our vote behind somebody, Democrat, Republican, whatever you are, that you deliver for us.
That's right.
And the capacity of those conversations has to evolve in a way that produces real change.
I like that. He likes the word capacity. I like that word too.
And what I like about you, man, first of all, Democrats' messaging sucks.
Horrible.
Yours is very clear.
You know why? They don't understand where the pulse of the people is.
That's right.
They spend so much time in...
Nigga, I know the Democrats are in an elite bubble. Skip forward.
Is ignite young people in our state. We intend to build a grassroots movement, door knocking, phone banking, calling people and reaching out.
Yes, campaigning. Yeah, that is what politicians do. You run a campaign. Like, you see when they say I want to get young people involved? Yes, you want them to work for you for free or for a very small stipend so that you can get a 6-figure job. Of which, when you lose your job, what happens with your salary? Phoenix Calida.
What? What now?
Like if you lose your re-election.
Oh, you get to keep your money, don't you? And your pension plan.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what build a ground game with young people is.
Do they get to keep their health care too?
That I don't know.
I don't know that one.
But then again, if you make that much money,
right,
you just buy what you need. You can also just afford better food and afford better preventative health care.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'm preemptively critiquing. I know where this one goes.
Xavier, none of those schools, because he does not care. He does not feel like he needs them. He does not. I've never seen this man in my community, ever. And let me tell you something. We got 2 Republican senators. I ain't no big Bill Cassidy fan.
Okay, see now he's saying it like Kevin Hart's uncle is coaching him on, right? Because he's talking about Republicans. So now it's like, oh, the opposition party, the polar. Oh, I'm not gonna reach you. That's good. That's how you get elected, son. That's how you get elected. I cannot wait to see you vote for an austerity bill and explain why on MSNBC.
Definitely night and day different from Kennedy. And so he's 70, he's out of touch. It's time to send him home. You know, some people
No, Bernie's in his 70s. He's not out of touch.
Are so committed, and this is the other thing. He used to be a Democrat. Okay, in the early 2000s, pre-Obama, he was a Democrat. Supported John Kerry in 2004 and ran for the U.S. Senate.
Yeah, and he was a Democrat, just like how, right? And it's because, but now with the Democrats, I can't call gay people the F word anymore without any pushback, so I'm a Republican now.
Right.
We know that part of the story. Gary? All right, let's hear some more words come out of your chamber.
As a Democrat, Barack Obama comes on the scene. Whole bunch of Democrats in Louisiana switch parties. Now, I want no black man at the head of what they're doing. Switch party, and he switched his accent. He went from talking like me and you to talking when it's wrong. You know, it's wild.
It's interesting to me, man, because, you know, like I said...
So talking about me and you, Charlemagne is from South Carolina. They don't have the same accent.
I think he means generic Southern black accent.
All right, because I can hear a difference between you two niggas. Shit.
In from South Carolina, a lot of times... It's habits that a lot of these people just end up back into these seats, right? Lindsey Graham is probably just a habit because
but they do have the same cadence.
Maybe half a million people go out there and vote.
What? Cadence?
They have the same cadence.
Okay. Yeah. And then he mentions Lindsey Graham. Remember, folks, Lindsey Graham is talking the way he's talking based on if he's getting reelected again or not. Yep. All right? And this is not a reelection year for him, so he can talk shit. All right, he's not actually on your side. He's on Lindsey Graham's side. He needs mint julep money.
But we stay home. Right. So when I saw what Stacey Abrams did in Georgia, I'm like, man, I think we can change things in these southern places.
The South is where it's at. You know, I have this logic of a new black South, and I need y'all to go ahead and switch your residency to a southern state. I know you're gonna do your business in New York, but the best capacity for black people in America to flip political power and financial power is by moving back to the South.
How much was 60%?
What the blue fuck is this nigga talking about?
Both of your faces like.
What? What's your what was your income difference from moving from the South to an industrial area?
Definitely more.
What hourly rate?
Before I was making 12 an hour as a manager, and then now I'm not even a manager. I'm making 14 an hour. That's too
interesting stuff.
And I can imagine how much I'll be making as a manager here. Probably like 17, 18.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you know we're what a small company, so you know they're gonna mail more. God,
yeah,
you'll get
bonus checks.
Yeah, right. Christmas bonus. You get a lot of Christmas bonuses in Florida.
No,
any at all.
A thing. No.
Goddamn. Nigga, I got bonuses sometimes, I'm pretty sure, just for existing in these fucking factory jobs. I remember one guy, like, I got hired, but I got hired, like, within the last week of one of the quarters, and everyone bonused for that quarter. I got in on that bonus just for being there for a week. Nice. Literally, I started Monday. The very next Monday, the manager walks up and he's like, "You're new, so they don't have your direct deposit yet, so here's your bonus check." Hey!
Wow.
$100, lady.
I've pretty much almost always gotten, outside of customer service jobs, I've pretty much always gotten bonuses of some sort. Like, not always great ones, but at least something.
Right? Yeah.
Like, even if it's like a $50 gift card to like a restaurant, like even that I've gotten for holiday shit. Yeah.
He's saying flip it. See, and like now he went from liberation theology to black capitalism.
He did. But also, like, I dislike that message because it's like racism, like in some ways racism is the same everywhere, but in some ways it's not.
Yeah.
Racism in the South is very different than racism in the North, and it feels like unsafe to just tell black people to move, like from the North to just move to the South if they haven't been there. Like culturally, socially, economically, like that's a significant fucking change. And you can't tell someone to just go do that. You know what I mean? Like that feels like kind of irresponsible.
So who is he really talking to then?
Like,
is he talking to black people of a certain tax bracket?
I kind of wonder.
Come down here and get your Chappelle on.
Maybe.
Yeah, you don't have to audition. He had to audition because he's in the Midwest. Oh, man. Gary. It's quite contrary. All right.
And all black people in America.
55-60% of black folks live in the South, right? We are never going to flip California. We never going to flip New York. There's 4 million people in Louisiana. If another 400,000 black folks move...
Okay, but sea level rise, nigga.
But also, like, I don't understand the long-term vision. Because we did have a black man in the White House and nothing got better. Mm-hmm. We could, I guess, 400,000 of us could be sacrificial lambs and move to Louisiana for some reason. Sorry, I have an attitude about it. I'm sorry.
There's never
but like
not
really.
Finishing plan because black people just coming together doesn't mean anything.
Right. So like, but even it's okay. So even if they flip Louisiana, right? All black leadership, right? Black governor. Everyone in the House is black. Everyone who does policy is black. Everyone's black. Everyone's black. That's great. You're still one fucking state in the South, and isn't like Texas on the other side of y'all niggas? And some shit. Like, aren't you right the fuck by Mississippi? Like, what? How are you going to make Louisiana a safe haven for black people when you're still surrounded by white supremacists, is my question. That's the part that I'm not understanding.
Yeah, and how much are you gonna control, and who's coming down there, right? Like, we talk about carpenters, electricians, plumbers. All right, that's at the basic level in a building.
Mm-hmm.
How about running the electrical grid? Do you have black people that know how to do that shit?
Right.
What do you know? Black people that know how to like maintain a water tower? I don't know how the fuck to do that shit.
Right.
Right, and that's that stuff where, like, again, one of my conservative counterparts, Neely Fuller, points to, where he's like, all right, let's just zap every single white person out of existence. Part of the white supremacist power structure is making sure they educate themselves on how to run the actual physical systems.
Right, the infrastructure.
Yeah, like when you look at the movie Higher Learning from 1994, and when the white supremacist was trying to get Michael Rappaport's character to join them, he was like, oh, no, you don't need to be like us, like, fully. We need more white guys like you to be engineers, architects, right? Let's get more black engineers and architects and shit first.
Like that should be a conversation, really.
Right, yeah. There's not a point in having that if, you know, there isn't a way to protect it. And also, like, let's be honest, it's gonna be another fucking Black Wall Street. If we get that many black people together and have a whole state that's run black governor, black lawmakers, gang more black people just showed up within like 400,000 black people showed up within a 5-year period, it's gonna be a Black Wall Street. What is in preparation for that?
Yeah.
I just have questions.
So far what we've got is, and because it's over, let's wrap this episode. It's 12. We need to eat a burger.
We do.
Yeah, and I don't know if you want to order or cook. All right, we're getting the inside baseball. Don't worry. But so eye grabbing video, right? No policy positions, but this is how you give me money. I come in, Jesus. All right, now let's talk business. Come down here and let's flip this money.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but also I'm gonna need to get some of you young people to go door to door, cause I be needing that salary. It's what I'm getting so far. This nigga's a hustler. Yeah, this is like Tariq Nasheed with some respectability politics on him. He's a hustler. All right, Gary. WineCellarMedia.com, where we are optimists, right?
What did you say yesterday?
Why?
Or what did someone quote you on Twitter saying?
I said...
You said?
I said, think happy thoughts.
And then you said...
Shut up, stupid. That's what I said. And someone quoted that and they were right. And I think they're like, is their name on Twitter Laborer with Thoughts?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was like,
dope.
and I think it was like their it was like working collar stiff or something. Or something
Yeah.
like that. Or like working stiff. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just what's going on. So, all right, brother, I get it. I don't want to do shift work either, but I'm honest about it, and I tell people I'm here to try to make you laugh with my stupid fucking podcast, so hopefully y'all niggas will Patreon me out of shift work. Thank you. Live streams end.